Before we get in the video, please like, make sure to subscribe, turn on your notifications, go ahead and leave a comment below, and click on the How You Can Help, which brings up the Family Friendly Game website and gives you lots of ideas how you can help us. Thank you.
Hey everybody, Paul Burry, Family Friendly Gaming, and I'm doing FFG Politics on the two moral and ethical systems in the United States of America right now, today. So I'm recording this in 2021. This has been going on for a long time. I believe I've talked about this before, how there was these liberals in the 1920s who wanted to start redefining things. They didn't really get traction until the 1960s when they attempted to redefine love. 70s they redefined things that were mental illness and made them and redefined them with the APA through threats and protests to get mental illness redefined as normal behavior. 80s we had lots of redefinition of words in history. 90s that continued. 2000s they tried to redefine marriage, and it just continues on today as they're constantly trying to redefine things. We have reached a point where we have two moral and ethical systems in America. The first one you could sit there and call the traditional or historic moral and ethical system. Generally is based on what America was based on, the Judeo-Christian belief set. And then you've got what I will call the liberal redefinition moral and ethical system. They prioritize different things and they demonize different things. In essence, that's what we're seeing right now today. A lot of the backlash and anger at, say, like big tech is because a lot of big tech has been implementing the liberal redefinition system of morals and ethics. That's what we're seeing, you know. And I honestly don't see a way around this. I actually saw this during. I saw the kind of the path we were on in America during the Obama presidency, and he was really kind of pushing the alternative, the liberal morals and ethics systems. And you'll notice that the liberal moral and ethical systems attacks Christians, attacks conservatives, attacks traditionalists, and wants to implement a different priority system. So what we're seeing like now today, you have people who they want to prioritize, and you probably read stuff about this, that they want to say, we're going to hire and promote people based on race, not competence. We're going to hire and promote people based on gender, not competence. We're going to hire and promote people based on their sexual lifestyle choices, right? That's what they prioritize at the top. I even worked somewhere where they were letting men go, so they were completely sexist against men because they wanted women in there. Unfortunately, that went really badly because my 6 years and 8 months there was never an apology letter that went out for the mailings we sent out for this pharmaceutical and PMO company. But the 3 women they hired wound up having 3 apology letters have to go out in 3 months per, so that was 9 letters total. So you go from 0 for almost 7 years to 9 in 3 months, and they didn't really even seem to care that the company image was taking a massive hit based on the fact that they put people in there who were not qualified, were not trained. We tried to train them, they wouldn't listen. They thought they knew better, and then the manager was like, well, yeah, sure, women know better than men. So how is that not sexist? And we're facing, and to me it's sad in American culture that we have to deal with this. The fact you sit there and look at it historically and go, why is this other group branching off? What I wrote about in the Future Glimpses books is it's America, unfortunately, the only way I see this going forward properly is it's going to be a split. There's going to have to be a split. There's going to have to be 2 separate countries made, because it's not going to work with 2 different moral and ethical systems. And you might be like, well, all the traditionalists just give up theirs and go accept the liberal one. No. why? And I guess my question is, why should we? When one, we were here first. nah, I was here first. Just kidding. Just a joke. No, but seriously, on the topic of we were here first. We did. This was implemented first, and historically, this is what has always been American and accurate. You know, it's baseball, apple pie, and then when baseball decides, okay, we're going to just go be liberal, then you go, well, we don't have baseball anymore. What are you going to try to do, apple pie? I guess there was those horrible movies, but so ultimately, I don't see a good solution. If you see a good solution, please leave a comment below and definitely turn on your notifications and please smash the like button on this video. I don't see a good solution going forward. I really don't. I mean, we have hit a point where there is so much anger because so many people don't comprehend there are two moral and ethical systems, and the ones who are trying to implement the new one don't seem to get it. That there are people like, no, we've got this one. They just sit there and attack each other and hate on each other because, you know, you're being psycho and hateful to Christians, and then you're being psycho and hateful to homosexuals. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what it's gotten down to. It's gotten into just anger shouting matches over you're not giving preferential treatment to the group I prioritize higher than the other groups. Really, it comes down to. I mean, if you sit there and just analyze it and look down to it and go, well, this is where we are. Now, I suppose another solution is one of the moral ethical systems needs to go away, but I don't see that happening. I don't see either group going, I'm going to let go of my moral ethical system except the other one. So I go, why did one group decide that they just need to completely redefine everything and then expect everyone to accept it? And maybe they have close to half America, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if there's exact numbers on who approves of what moral ethical system. You know, I don't have any stats on that. I know you can look at the voting in the last election and go, well, it might be just a little bit towards the new one. But then with all of the accusations related to the election, it's kind of hard to tell, honestly. I said, I don't know, I honestly don't know where we go from here, and it's, I find it sad. You know, this was the kind of the world we were born into, and didn't realize the dangers of the redefinitions and where it was actually trying to take us, where it was going, you know. But I don't know if this is something that could have been stopped in the past or not. I mean, I know there's been people who have been fighting against it and supporting the traditional system for a long time, decades, you know, and there have been those who have been accepting whatever the new liberal system comes up with, and whatever they change, they just grab onto it. Oh, okay, I'll go believe that now. You know, things that had been atrocious 10 years ago are now acceptable in their moral and ethical system. And I guess that would be one of my issues with the liberal moral ethical redefinition system is, when are you going to stop changing things? Because at what point are you content with where you are? Are you just going to keep changing things to the point where you wind up losing more and more people? You know what I'm saying? Like, you just go, okay, we think we can get everyone to agree with this, and a bunch of people are like, no, I don't think so. And you're just going to keep pushing with that, and then, you know, hate on everyone who doesn't agree with you, and then push for the next thing, and the next thing, and the next thing, and the next thing. And, you know, I look at it as more and more they keep rebelling against God and going farther and farther away from God. And those of us who have a personal relationship with Jesus Christ, we're not going to do that. We're going to be staying right down the straight and narrow obedience to God. And, you know, that's one of the reasons why I don't think this, you'll never see the traditional moral and ethical system go away, because we're going to stick with obedience to God, you know, all the way down. And there we have already experienced all kinds of attacks and punishment for that from the redefinitionists, and they're not going to stop. So it's like this endless cycle. It's never going to end, because they're never going to quit. We're never going to quit. You know, it's like we're not going to change. They're not going to change. It's one of those things where you got to kind of go back to one of the traditional beliefs, which is live and let live. And if they won't do that, I don't see how it's going to ever work. You know, togetherness. I don't see how that works. In that way, when we can't even honestly communicate with one another anymore, because you'll sit there and say words that have good meaning, like what a wonderful, good traditional family man, right? And people in the traditional moral ethical system say, yeah, good job, great to hear. People in the liberal redefinition go, they're a hater, they're a racist, sexist, homophobe. Where did you get that from, those words? But that's what I've actually had liberals respond with, and they're like, they do that, and you're like, how did you even like redefine all those words into that? You know, from my viewpoint, psychosis. And then they're just like, you're attacking me? You're calling me mentally ill? You're mentally ill. So now you sit there and see how the communication is not even possible, because words have different meanings. And if you say a certain series set of words and it means one thing to you, and they have a completely opposite or different definition for those words, how can we communicate with one another? I said, I really want someone to show me some kind of solution. Say some solution. Leave a comment below about some solution you have, because I don't see one anymore. I wish I did. I wish I saw something. I mean, it might be one of those things where it's like we're gonna have to split America in two, and all of the liberals can go to one side, all of the conservative traditionalists can go to the other side, and we'll be two separate countries, and we can go govern the way we want to govern, and go live the way we want to live, and we'll see what happens. And I know that would be a huge shakeup, but it would at least be amicable. Because what were the other possibilities? Can you think about other possibilities? I see some really bad possibilities that could happen. You know? I mean, I don't want a civil war too. I don't want any kind of a race war. I don't want any of those kinds of things. But there are people who are pushing for those things, and that to me is bad. It's not going to help. A lot of innocent people are going to be injured. I don't want to see that. Do you? So like I said, if you have a thought, you know, aware how this can get better, I really, really want to hear it. So I thank everyone for watching. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.